Okay, we are here today to take a look at the price movements of Polkadot. We are seeing some changes in direction, a little bit of weakness in DOT and across the crypto world. We'll talk about that right now. I'm looking at the daily chart, and we're sitting around 9, almost even, after hitting this level, which we've marked previously, rejected it, and now have a wick on the daily. Looks like we may have some more downside here in the near term, and let's talk about what that means. Nonetheless, I think we're looking at higher highs soon. I think we're going to have to do some work to set up the next foundation level for a breakout. We're going to talk about that right now. First, I'm going to switch over to TradingView, which is one of my favorite tools for crypto. I'm going to look at the DOT and technical analysis, start on the 1 day. I'm showing a buy, or it's showing a buy. Oscillators are showing a sell. Moving average is a strong buy. We'll talk about the oscillators here in a second. The 1 week is showing a buy. Oscillators are neutral with moving average is a strong buy. And the 1 month is also a buy for DOT. Oscillators are a buy and moving averages are a buy, which means that with everything taken into consideration right now, in the 1 month plus time frame, everything is looking just fine. Let's see, let's go back to October. Okay, if you've been watching the price movement for DOT and for crypto across all of crypto, really, we've seen a doubling in DOT, really time and a half, as we were down here around 4 in October, and we've doubled that and are working on a time and a half. So, or 2.5 times, whatever the math is, we're doing really, really well. The weekly is looking where we're pretty good, where we had this high last week, and that's where this level right here came from. It was going to be the next high we were going to have to challenge. We did break that high and sat up there for a little bit, and now have retraced back and come back inside. I don't have any fears for Polkadot. Everything is looking just fine. After October, we had this run up and we hit a December high for the 14th, and then we had this wedge right here. This price was getting smaller on the daily, price is falling, but then it absolutely broke out on the 21st of December and has not looked back since. So what should we be expecting here for Polkadot in the next few days? Well, over the last few years, I have noticed Bitcoin, let me show you that. We've been silent, if you will, in the last week of December. Price tended to range. This is 2022 for Bitcoin, starting from December 19th. You can see a ranging pattern here, and it was January 8th where we broke out and price continued or moved upward. Let's look at the year before that, 2021. It was a bigger range, but still a bigger range, especially right here from the 28th of December to the 5th of January, and then price broke out and continued on its way. I would expect something similar like that in Bitcoin and across crypto, which would include DOT. I would expect a little bit of ranginess right now, just because it is the last part of December. The financial markets across the world are closed, or at least slow. Of course, that doesn't affect crypto. It just means a lot of people a lot of financial people are doing other things than focusing on the financial markets. So it would not surprise me for us to see this range right here from what's that, about 9.2 to 7.6 over the next week or two. I would kind of be surprised, as well as Polkadot has done, for price to come down to 7.6. It would kind of surprise me a little bit, although that not that much. It was just there 5 days ago, so it wouldn't be a huge surprise. Either way, if we get to the 7.6, I would expect at least the first time for that price to be bought up, just like it was here. Price fell, was immediately bought up and sent price higher. So you may see some gradual declining and some movement right here, up and down, and it may work its way on down to 8, might even challenge the 7.6, but I don't think you'll see a big fall boop like that. I do not expect that. Of course, this is not financial advice. Do your own due diligence. You've got to trade wisely and carefully, but I expect some ranginess right now across the crypto markets. If price were to hit here, I would expect it to be bought up. Now, if price closes on a daily, if price closes below this line right here of about 7.6 or you could round it off to 7.5 if you wanted to. If price closes on the daily below 7.5, we're going to have a different conversation. Just like if on Bitcoin, price closes below 40,000 on a daily, we're going to have a different conversation because that's a pretty big level. And after we've seen this run up and price staying at the top of its range and not falling down or being slapped down immediately, well, that would give an indication of a very strong pushback against high prices. We don't want to see that. Okay. Now, this candle is not pretty. If you look at that candle, this is an engulfing candle, which is a straight red candle taking out the low of this day and the low of this day. So it's not pretty. It's actually a pretty strong candle downward, which we're seeing again. I think Bitcoin's got one. Ethereum, you're just seeing it across all of crypto. Let's not be worried. Let's be patient, I think, is what we want to do right now. Where did I just see that? Was I on the weekly? I think I was on the, I was on Avalanche when I saw that big red. Forget that big red. We're seeing a similar one on DOT, but not nearly as strong and powerful, which is good because DOT has been a stronger coin. So I wouldn't expect price to come down here quickly. If it even hits here, I would almost be surprised, but don't have any fear, especially if it gets bought back up. Long term, I'm hearing in January that in January, when we have our breakout, everything is pointing to a breakout up. It just is. All the signals are pointing to a breakout up. And people that know more about crypto are saying 2024 could be a fantastic year in crypto. We may look back on 2023 and say, you know what? Back when DOT was 9 in December 2023, that was a great bargain for where it is now in December of 2024. Only time will tell. Long term, I think for DOT, we are just fine. Might have to endure a little bit of price falling over the next few days, price ranging over the next week or two, but that is no cause for concern at this moment. If we do have a cause for concern, I'll be sure to update you on that. All right, y'all take care. Be safe out there.